Good afternoon, I am Precious Nzeya Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. You are cowards, VEEP tells UPND as MWIIMBU consoles her and PF over death of Bill 10. Soldier divorces wife due to loud snoring. Church concerned with surge in GBV cases. Details coming through after this commercial. Join Pastor Victoria and Moses Chilua, the Healing Word Ministries International.
Starting on the 3rd to 6th December 2020.
Dr. Francis Miles from the USA returns to Zambia for a conference on issuing restraining orders.
Because you see, God responds to your revelation. So if you approach God as the healer, He heals you. If you approach Him as your shepherd, He will touch your soul. But if you approach Him judicially, He will show you He's the cause.
Venue: the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Time:
17 hours to 19 hours from Thursday to Saturday.
And on Sunday from 09 hours to 11 hours. For more details, call +260 962 965 883. You do not want to miss this conference this time. And now the media news in detail. A 25-year-old lady of Lusaka's Kanyama compound has been divorced by her husband due to snoring while in bed. The woman, who could not disclose her husband's name but claims he is a soldier, narrates that she has been having marital problems with her husband due to her loud snoring at night. The woman, whose identity has also been hidden for fear of victimization, explains that her husband has been complaining of lack of comfortable sleep due to her excessive snoring. The woman soberly explains that it is not her intention to snore, but it's something which naturally comes. She further claims that her husband has been accusing her of being childish and lacking cooking skills. The couple has only been married for 5 months. Meanwhile, concerned citizens of Human Rights and Justice Operations Manager Frederick Luteta has expressed disappointment with the turn of events in the new couple's lives. Details coming through.
Complaints to how she was kicked out from her matrimonial home on a family reason. One, she said that the man complains of her snoring in the night, which is a normal thing when the body is tired. Secondly, she says that the man complains that she cooks a bit late. But obvious, sometimes you can give a hand, you can help, because a man and a woman, they became one body. That is what is supposed to be done, unlike taking such decisions. What may happen in future is to refer this matter before the courts of law for reconciliation to divorce, so that the lady must be compensated so that she finds her way, another chance to live. She has twins, as you have seen. So for these twins to live, they need total support from the father.
In other news, Vice President Inongawina has charged that all those who stayed away from voting for debating Bill 10 are cowards. Speaking in Parliament Friday morning, the Vice President accused the UPND of doing the Zambian people, especially the women and youths, a disservice by refusing to support Bill 10. But leader of the opposition, MWIIMBU, says Ms. Inongawina's comments are a sign of grieving party after having lost what they thought they could win.
Vice President Inongawina Friday morning lost her cool in Parliament while reacting to queries over the dead Bill 10, wondering how those who never supported the bill treat their women in their homes.
The UPND MPs have done a disservice to the women of this country. The countries that have put women at the forefront, such as Rwanda here in Africa, and countries like Sweden, have seen substantial development in running their countries. But here in Zambia, especially in the political party that wants to take over from PF, which they will not do, they seem to relish into suppressing women. I don't want to take it further to know how their women are treated in their homes.
I honor the Vice President. Question. I do not think we should go there.
The Vice President further called the UPND cowards for not sitting in Parliament to debate and vote for the bill, which she still maintains was progressive.
We should have heard the reasons why some MPs were opposing the bill, not just to keep quiet and to be told don't participate. That is undemocratic. UPND, that does not even talk about what they think is wrong in the bulletin, but only keeping away from the House. That is the cowardice of the highest order. I thank.
But leader of the opposition, MWIIMBU, consoled the Vice President, saying her statements are a sign of mourning, but reminded her and the PF on the main times they've shot down progressive motions in Parliament, including a motion raised by Kapirimponshi Member of Parliament Stanley Kakubo to reinstate meal allowances.
Your Honor, the Vice President, have noted that you have not stopped mourning over the demise of Bill 10. Your Honor, the Vice President. Your Honor, the Vice President, your party.
Your finger, Honorable Leader of Opposition.
Your Honor, the Vice President. Your Honor, the Vice President, your party in 2011 defeated the motion that was moved by the MMD that included proportional representation by walking out of this House. Again, Mr. Speaker, in 2015, the PF on the floor of this House amended and removed the clause that was proposing for proportional representation on the basis that all women should be free to contest. That is in the Hansard. Why are you somersaulting now? Because of the obnoxious Bill 10 that contained so many bad clauses that led to its defeat. And also, Your Honor, the Vice President, we gave you members of the UPND to vote with you. You still failed. So you are the ones who failed the people of Zambia by not coming up with a constitution.
The Bill 10 debate dominated the Vice President's question time. The PF several claimed they had the numbers, telling the nation once the bill was brought in the House, it was going to go through without any difficulties. Others even vowed to move naked on the streets of Zambia if the bill failed to pass beyond second reading. That is in the past now, but the present is that the same people are now accusing themselves of tampering with the system because those who were against the bill were absent from Parliament.
We had the numbers. We had the numbers and we still have the numbers. If we have to go back for a rerun, bill number 10 will go through. If the system is not tampered with to show, for example, that the PF were 84, when we were not 84, we were 83. Right? So that shows you that somebody tampered with the system to make sure that bill number 10 does not go through.
The Speaker, on the other hand, maintains that there was no system failure as being claimed. Indeed, as the members say, Uwa watabulaka be pesho, simply translated, he who falls is never short of excuses. Kalan Mochima, reporting for Camnet News in Osaka.
In other news, the Council of Churches in Zambia has described gender-based violence as a cancer that keeps on growing, and victims are mostly women who are more often blamed for marital or relationship differences. CCZ Secretary General Reverend Emmanuel Chikoya says no human being deserves to endure any kind of humiliation and pain. The church mother body has since affirmed to stand against all forms of gender-based violence. The church's comments come in as the wake of the brutal killing of Dr. Tasila Tembo by her lover. Further, Chikoya has since urged all women to look out for signs of violence in relationship and marriage and walk away or report to the nearest victim support unit, the church or legal institutions where they can be helped. This is according to a statement issued to Camnet TV News. The Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, JCTR, notes with concern that the rising inflation, increased debt and fuel shortages eroding decent living standards among Zambians. The cost of living for a family of 5 as measured by JCTR for the month of October 2020 stood at 7,060 kwacha 29 ngwe, representing a decline of 11 kwacha and 8 ngwe from the September basket of 7,071 kwacha 37 ngwe. The reduction in the basket can be attributed to the reduction in some food items. JCTR Social and Economic Development Manager Chama Boamundia says undoubtedly individuals, households and firms are facing significant challenges given the prevailing context. She therefore calls on the government to address the key challenges that the nation is facing, adding that the shortage of fuel needs to be urgently addressed given the important role it plays in facilitating various economic activities. Boamundia pressed emphasis on the need to guard against increase in microeconomic variables such as inflation, which further erodes the disposable incomes of households, thereby compromising living standards.
The cost of living for a family of 5, as measured by the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, for the month of October 2020 stood at 7,060 kwacha 29 ngwe, a decline of 11 kwacha 8 ngwe from the September basket of 7,071 kwacha 37 ngwe. The reduction in the basket can be attributed to reductions in some food items. For example, other fruits moved from 261 kwacha 19 ngwe to 206 kwacha 65 ngwe for 14 kg. Kapenta also reduced by 40 kwacha 22 ngwe, moving from 231 kwacha 62 ngwe. These reductions were however offset by increases in items such as mealie meal, vegetables, and some non-food but essential items such as petroleum jelly. Undoubtedly, individuals, households, and firms are facing significant challenges given the prevailing context. As the year 2020 is drawing to a close, Zambia has seen a rise in the cumulative number of COVID-19 cases, which now stand at 16,770 since the first 2 cases were recorded in March 2020. The nation has also in the past few months witnessed job losses, reduced economic activities, and is projected to close the year with an economic growth rate of -4.2%. The current context is also characterized by a 16% inflation rate, that is year on year, for the month of October 2020, as provided by the Zambia Statistics Agency, ZAMSTATS.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, the headlines once again. You are cowards, VEEP tells UPND as MWIIMBU consoles her, and PF over death of Bill 10. Soldier divorces wife due to loud snoring. Church concerned with surge in GBV cases. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Thank you for joining me. Good afternoon.